Brandon, talk to me about your team tonight, mate.
For once, I actually completely and utterly agree with Deo. We deserved to lose that game. There's no question about it. Bournemouth were the better side from the get-go, really. You know, even with 11 men, we didn't really threaten. We looked a bit slow in transition. It was just, it was poor tonight. It really was poor. And again, I do agree with the majority of what Hussam said. I don't place the blame on Saliba though. I know what you're saying about Saliba getting sent off is the reason why Arsenal lost this game. I think if you watch Saliba defensively, he's always tight on his man, and he always has been. So for him to get caught out in that position, yes, it's a mistake, but for me, it's on Trossard. Trossard should not be playing that pass across the pitch like that in that area of the pitch as well. Like that was just a ridiculous pass by him. And yeah, okay, maybe Saliba could have caught up with Evan Nielsen. You know, we can guess about it all day long, right? When it comes to the VAR thing, right? I didn't think VAR could get involved once a yellow card has been brandished. You know,
the second yellow.
Sorry, Brad. No, sorry, Brand. Yeah, no, it can if it's only if the decision can be given as a red card. So serious foul play, denying a clear goal scoring opportunity, as an example, so it can.
Well, in that case, then, you know, I'm not aggrieved by it because I think they came to the right decision in the end. Like Deo said, it was a red card. Yeah, 100% it was a red card. And I think you're right in what you said to begin with as well, Tel. Mikel Arteta has to start talking to these players about discipline now. This is 3 red cards in 8 games, you know. And I know some of them have been like stupid, but we have to be smarter and stop getting players sent off, because I still believe, even though we started the game poorly, I still believe if we keep 11 men on the pitch, we probably go on to win that game. Now, here's where I not only blame Trossard, I also blame Kivior as well. That was an absolute hospital pass. But here's where the manager factors into this, right? This is why I think that the manager is partly to blame for this as well. When we go down to 10 men, I think he was a little bit too negative. I don't think you need to go to a back 4. You know, I think he made the wrong decision in bringing off Raheem Sterling, which sounds absolutely crazy because he was having a stinker. But I think in that situation, we have enough quality on the pitch to beat Bournemouth. You know, even with 10 men, we really get threatened by them, apart from after they scored that set piece and then we was chasing the game. But I think you could, in that scenario, you could go to a back 3, because Ben White had already moved into centre-back anyway. Go to a back 3, bring on Martinelli and take off one of our midfielders, because Marino, Thomas Partey and Declan Rice are all similar in the sense that they want to occupy similar areas of the pitch. They're not attack-minded midfielders. You can move Trossard in centrally, play with a back 3, and then have Martinelli and Sterling as wing-backs, let's just say, right? So then you've got pace on the counter-attack. You've got Havertz who can hold the ball up, and it doesn't take away our attacking threat, which by bringing on Kivior and taking off Sterling, Arteta killed all our attacking threat, because Havertz, he's all right at holding the ball up, but once he gets the ball down, there's nobody close enough to him for us to actually cause Bournemouth a problem. And it only really started to happen when Martinelli came on the pitch. And even then, you know, again, he should be doing a lot better with that chance. And it's a different game. But look, these results will happen. It's not the end of the world. It's the first loss of the season for Arsenal. Believe it or not, Manchester City and Liverpool will lose games this season. So it's not like the title race is over. I just think we've got to learn as a collective.
I think, Brand, I think that the red cards are the issue here. I understand what people are saying. I didn't think Sterling started that badly. Again, I'm not watching it as an Arsenal fan, so I do think you view games differently when it isn't your club. I really do, because you're not emotional. But the red card, the only games you've dropped points in this season in the Premier League is where you've had a man sent off. And I would say all of them were right by the letter of the law. Rice, I still think was harsh because loads of players have done that. But there's a slight discipline issue here that has to be addressed, surely, because Saliba doesn't. I know Trossard made the back pass, but Saliba, it doesn't need to do it. Like, even if you concede a goal at what Saliba did, you do if you're 1-0 up with a minute to go and they're about to run through on goal. You take the red card. You don't do it 30 minutes into a game.
He doesn't need to do it, Tell, you're right. But I think that's just a natural reaction from him because, like I say, Saliba is always tight to his man when he in his defending all the time, right? And I'll also say this as well. I think the fact that it was Saliba is what also lost us that game. I think if it was Gabriel that got sent off, I don't think we would have. Been as poor and shaky defensively because Saliba's the one who brings that calmness. And look, this could have a knock-on effect.
Even if it was no, Gabriel, I think they still scored those goals because those were individual mistakes by Kyrgios. Hold on, individual mistakes by Kyrgios, and not so whether Saliba was on the pitch or not. The fact that Kyrgios makes that kind of stupid pass would still have gone on to score the goal. So I'm not going to put this on. Saliba is, for me, experienced enough in the Premier League, has played enough games to know that at 30 minutes, regardless of what is going on, chase this guy back, track him back, but don't touch him.
No,
Trossard is wrong for playing that ball. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Saliba had a brain fart, and he did what he did. He man marks his players. We all know this. He man marks his players. But that's not how he did it this time around. This time around, you let the player turn on you, and you caught him. Normally, Saliba stands right behind you and tries to put his arm around you like that. And he does this all the time. This time around, what did you do? You turned around and you clipped him. So he should take his red card and miss the Liverpool game, sit down and think about the shit that he did today. Every single one of those players.
I hear you on that. Gal, talk to us about the game today, bro.
Terry, first thing, I don't think it's a disciplinary problem when in 38 games last season, we only had 2 red cards. And in 8 games this season, we have 3. I think the way the referees are viewing our games are slightly different because they might be the Premier League. A lot of teams complain about Arsenal's dark arts. So maybe they're trying to crack down on Arsenal and how we do certain things, because maybe some of these calls that we're getting called this season we would have never got last season. For example, the kicking the ball away, I don't think we would have seen any red cards for that last season. Also, that last man situation, we've seen that exact same situation with an Arsenal player getting taken down several times. Aubameyang versus Leicester didn't get given a red. Also, a similar situation where Saka versus Aston Villa didn't get given a red card to the defender in those situations in either game. But today, they give it a red card. VAR overturns it, and not only overturns it, it deems that the player is in a goal-scoring opportunity because of the goalkeeper's positioning and doesn't factor in any of the defenders or anything else. Fair enough. We'll take that on the chin. From there, we have to go on and try to play defensive, buckle down, and try to nick a goal and shut up shop. Right? But Gabriel Martinelli had the best chance of the game. Unfortunately, he just came on the pitch a couple minutes before that, probably also, and he's maybe a little bit cold, but that's still not an excuse. You have to slot it away. We only have limited opportunities in these games, and we need Gabriel Martinelli to be a little bit more clinical. No Bukayo Saka, no Martin Odegaard. There's no excuse in that situation. You still have enough quality on the pitch. These players have to perform. Now, I can be as pissed as I want about the referees and Howard Webb, that guy, but we need to look at the whole second half performance. Defensively, we gave ourselves our own problems. Trossard making the back pass, Saliba situation, and then the penalty, and then the set piece goal. How often do we score from set pieces? How little do we concede from set pieces? Today was the exact opposite. We couldn't get anything going from set pieces, and we also gave away a goal from pretty much a situation that we would usually capitalize from ourselves. And then the penalty, it's a penalty. I can't sit here and complain. It was poor decision-making from ourselves cost us. Mikel Arteta could have done better substitutions. I agree with Brendan there. But overall, in the run of the game, the people I'm pissed off at how we performed and how we shot ourselves in the foot. Is the title race done? Any of that stuff? No. Calm down. 8 games into the season, we can be in 4th place come the end of the weekend and still go on to win this league. So people need to calm down. No Saka, no Odegaard, no William Saliba in the second half. Yes, Terry, you're right. We played with 10 men, and the only games we dropped points this season is the games we played with 10 men. Another positive, the only game we've lost in 2024 away from home is this game. Just goes to show you how good we've been away from home.
I had a message in the group chat, Gal, from Don saying, Terry, I told you with no Odegaard and no Saka, like Arsenal will struggle to win games. Do you think it's about them being missing, or more to do with the fact that Saliba got himself sent off?
Down to 10 men with some of your best players out. I dare you put City, Liverpool, Chelsea, any other team in the Premier League in that situation, they probably go on and lose. Let's not lie. This same Chelsea team that he's bigging up were with 11 men and only beat Bournemouth by 1 goal. So let's not act like these Premier League teams are shit. Also, anybody who's missing all these players, somebody said to me, Man City in the same situation as us, down to 10 men with some of their best players out, would still win. Maybe because you expect Erling Haaland to make the chance that Martinelli missed. That's maybe the difference. That's probably the only difference you say. Maybe Mo Salah would make that chance. Maybe that's the difference that these guys are talking about. But overall, let's keep it 100. This is the circumstances that people want to see Arsenal to lose, but we didn't lose a fair 50-50 game. Once we gave away the right, once we went down to 10 men, all the advantage was to them. And for us to hold on and try to nick it, at best, I thought we were going to get a draw once it got into that situation. But hey, It is what it is. And I think Don and everybody else need to just stop the agendas, because that doesn't make sense.
And kudos to Bournemouth. Kudos to Bournemouth for smelling blood, seeing blood, and taking it to the throat.
Hey, look, Bournemouth are a good team. They are a good.
Yeah, Bournemouth
absolutely.
So 10 men, you're dead, and they did what they needed to do.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So. Yeah, I have a super chat here. I want to say a big thank you first of all to Mr. Feldman here. It's a huge donation, so thank you very much indeed. He says, "Big up from LA. I'm crying. My boys dropped points, and I'm still proud of them. It's a true red, as in red card. Silly from Mr. Rolls Royce, but it's the 3rd one this season. Terry, you speak the truth. Flying in for the pool game now with no Saliba. Don't let Hamza waffle. I can't." Handle it. Let me come on and speak. DM me, bro. Listen, after a donation like that, of course you can come on. You don't need to donate to speak on the terrace. That's not all you. All the people on this panel know they don't have to pay super chats to come on and speak on the terrace. That's not how I roll. However, that's not how I operate, to be honest. But yes, feel free. Drop me a DM and we'll send you the link, my friend. But
I did want to go to Terry.
Yeah, go on.
One more thing. Play Ethan. Just play him. Give the guy a chance. Let's not go 3 defensive midfielders. I rate Arteta. I rate this team, but give the kid a chance. He's such a spark. He did it last game. He showed it in the last couple of minutes of this game. That was probably one of our most attacking moments of the game where we needed to go for it, and he was the guy driving the attack. Give Ethan more opportunities to play in these games while Odegaard's out.
I hear that.